Hello and welcome back to another day in the arena. It's me, it's CGB. Today in the arena. What do you think of the increased lighting and more intense camera lens zoom on my face? What do you think of that? That's what's important in the arena today. I'm told I'll get used to this more intense bright lighting that kind of hurts my eyes, but does it significantly increase your enjoyment of the content? And also today, we're going to Alchemy Town, and we're playing ESPER Control. They thought they nerfed it. The recent nerfings, they hit Divide by 0, which now if it targets something that's greater than 4 mana, you don't get to learn. They nerfed Leer. You only get to cast the spells on your turn. You no longer get to use it on the opponent's turn. You can't protect your Leer. And they also nerfed the great, the powerful, the Hullbreaker Horror, who continues to run rampant in Standard. But now that card can be countered. So, did that fix the stranglehold that, at least in competitive play and best of 3 play, Control has had on the format? And I would say no. I think that they inadvertently made Control even better. And I have been terrorizing the ladder with my take on ESPER Control. So some of the games that you're going to see here, they were recorded on stream, which will become apparent from the amount that I'm gibbering with chat, but there were some games I just really I needed to get to YouTube. Also, for the last 3 or so years, I've always recorded separate from streaming, but part of my goal to stream more this year means occasionally, maybe a lot, I don't know, we'll see how it goes, I'll be recording the content on stream. But in this case, there were some games I absolutely had to share. Now, we start the video with Imrith, just trying to run anything, that will end the game as we search for the finisher. But here's the thing about nerfing finishers or adjusting finishers. What do they call it? Rebalancing finishers. It doesn't matter what the finisher is. By the time we get to the point where the finisher hits the battlefield, the game is probably not in doubt anymore, because control decks aim to use almost their entire deck to take control of the game before then win with whatever's convenient. So I started with 1 copy of Imrith, the Desert Doom, a 5/5 flyer with some ward. Seems kind of good, right? You can untap it with Teferi so the ward stays up on the opponent's turn, so cards like Bloodchief's Thirst have a hard time targeting it, or at least they cost a ton. But I mean, really, by the end of the video, Imrith is just kind of okay, and I fall in love with this idea of casting Break Expectations, and you'll see why. There's a card in the spellbook for Break Expectations that is the ideal, you could say, win con for us. There it is, Millstone. Target player mills 2 cards. So by the end of the video, I'm convinced that 1 Break Expectations in the deck is exactly what we need here. And you can target yourself, so I could target myself and discard a Jwari Disruption, and maybe go find what appears to be an uncommon in Alchemy spellbook, the Millstone, the perfect win con for our deck. Why am I so enthralled with Millstone? Because the very first tournament I ever won, I won with Millstone, making the opponent mill 2 cards. It was, in fact, my win con for a young control mage that basically set the direction of my competitive MTG life for the rest of time. How about the choices in the rest of the deck? You guys are going to have issue with a few of them, so I better talk it through. First of all, hard counters are back on the menu. Now that we no longer rely on Leer very much, and Hullbreaker Horror is a card that can be countered, and Key to the Archive is ubiquitous all over the format, Disdainful Stroke looks really good. If you think about the format, there's almost no cards whatsoever, no decks whatsoever that play completely around Disdainful Stroke, like, say, Mono White in Standard does. Everybody has Inquisitor Captain, everybody has Townraiser Tyrant, everybody has Key to the Archive, one of those. If they're not playing one of those, their deck is weird, or they're going to cast Lulth or something. And Disdainful Stroke, it covers it all. So stroke it to the left, stroke it to the right. Let's go. Wash Away. This is one I want to try. The Wash Away being 1 blue mana and having that cleave to kind of be cancel and counter anything. Why do I want the 1 blue? Well, it's not like Epiphany is overwhelming in the format. You run up against it sometimes, but really I want the Wash Away because the cards I purge with Divine Purge, I can counter for only 1 mana when they're cast from exile. So So if you purge something and the opponent's like, okay, you purge my elite spellbinder, I'm just going to play it again, then for only 1 mana, you can tag it with a counter and really blow them out. Like, that's a pretty amazing move for 4 mana. Purge them, they try to recast something good that was purged, wash it away. Awesome sequence. So I wanted to try that out. Another card selection weirdness might be Fracture, a white and a black for destroy target artifact, enchantment, or planeswalker. I think every deck has one of these, though. Clerics has the pod effect, but so you try to think of like other spots where this would be completely dead. I feel like almost every deck you have a target. Hitting the opponent's Orb of Dragonkind on turn 2 kind of stone rains them, in a sense, for example. And in the mirror, Fracture hitting Key to the Archive or Teferi who slows the sunset is a pretty big deal. So we're trying out 1 copy of Fracture. It is something I could cut. We're down to 2 copies of Divide by Zero because it's not quite as powerful as it used to be, and we'd rather have what we is referred to as a hard counter for the expensive things, but you still use Divide by Zero a lot. It's a good way to protect your Teferi, protect and reuse your key. So yeah, I think there's still a home for Divide by Zero in this version of the deck. Then we've got 1 Leer, because even scuffed, I find playing this in the late game and casting 2 or 3 spells can be the back-breaking move that the opponent is just absolutely devastates them. And then the other thing that we have is no Discover the Formulas for Memory Deluge. Am I positive that's correct? No. Am I winning a lot with Deluge? Yes. It also sets up this absolutely sweet sequence where I can, against like a black deck or a cleric's deck, you can purge them on 3. You can play Key to the Archive on 4 and discard your Memory Deluge. Go get Approach of the Second Sun. You know, this is Magical Christmas Land, but I've done it plenty of times now. The next turn, you can cast the Approach of the Second Sun. The turn after that, you can flash back the Memory Deluge to get the Approach of the Second Sun, and the turn after that, you cast it again and win. Very hard for decks without tremendous amounts of pressure available to them, or decks that haven't been divine purged, that have been divine purged. It's hard for them to beat that sequence, and it's come up enough times that I'm convinced it's pretty good. Whereas Discover the Formula seeks some cards and it might lose the Approach of the Second Sun in the deck, and it's just more expensive. So I've been really happy with Memory Deluge in this deck and keeping Discover the Formula on the sideline, especially now that hard counters are a thing again. Memory Deluge is not nearly is much more exciting if the opponents are running Disdainful Stroke and Wash Away than Discover the Formula, where this has a flashback and Discover the Formula just gets wrecked. Also, Divide by Zero being a little nerfed means the 7 mana Memory Deluge play isn't as dangerous. All right. That's going to be the introduction to the deck. I've been absolutely slaying it with this, and I think you're going to enjoy today's games. So let me know how it goes, and let's dive in. Let the nonsense begin. 2 strokes in the opener. Ooh. I believe in us. Probably gonna pay off. Definitely a gamble, though. They did the thing, guys. My jealousy cup floweth over. Please play Lulth. Turn 3 Lulth. Let's go. Let's go. Boring. Brutalized. Nice treasures. We have purged the evil. 4 mana Innkeeper. Break expectations. Target player reveals all cards with mana value 2 or greater in their hand. You choose a card from among them, exile that card. If a card was exiled, the player drafts a card from Break Expectations spellbook and reveals it. Sounds fun. Especially since they can't make a good selection here because we have literal 2 of everything. This calls for a kiss. All right. They've turned our memory delusion to something. Is it a spiked pit trap, a relic amulet, or is it 50 feet of rope? Chat? Chat, I don't know what to do with these cards. I think amulet's really good with our deck. So we'll take it. I mean, whatever we take, we're probably going to discard the key. Probably just gonna chuck it in the bin to key to the archive sometime. Let's just take land. Dirtle, dirtle.
I've got some time to...
Is there a millstone in that spellbook? Oh god, if there were, the true win con would be unlocked.
I'm familiar with bullies like you.
Predatory sludge. Choose a permanent you don't control. When the chosen permanent is put into a graveyard from the battlefield, conjure a card named Predatory Sludge into your hand. Okay. What do we need? We need another purge, don't we? Do we dig for one? I think we dig for one. Since we have another Teferi. Imrith. Absence. If the opponent only attacks the Teferi with 2 creatures, we can surprise them. They probably won't, though. My opponents seem to have a ridiculous amount of information. So let's just get the amulet out, start charging it. Kilari, thank you very much for the Prime and the 5 months. Our expectations are getting rebroken. Probably take Teferi now.
Really should have seen that coming.
Got him. Win con acquired. Our opponent just played themselves. Zara Eve, thank you for gifting that tier 1 sub. Appreciate you. Who wants to see a mill win con victory? I'm guessing some of you would enjoy that. Man, still works even when that thing's dead? How obnoxious. Alright, what are you going to target? I wonder if you plan to actually kill this. Let's try to get this up to... Well, I guess we can kill this. Is that what we want to do, though? If we kill this, this goes to 2. Let's use it now. I should have used it before they gained the life, but... Who cares? We're not winning. We're not winning with life. We're winning with mill. We've got 7. We're gonna deluge this turn. Get original millstone. It's even better. I just got my original millstone. My revised. Original, I guess, would be antiques, but I got my revised millstone. It's in the binder right now. We've been hosted by the mothership. Everybody wave to Magic. Actual Magic hosting the channel. Pepe wave. Let's take a little of this and a little of that. Seems good. Opponent, you can't leave if I start milling you. You did this to yourself. Oh my gosh, Teferi untaps the millstone. All right, so exile you. What I'm trying to decide is, do we get millstone down and start using it? If we play key, there's nothing here I really want to discard. I could wait for something more discardable to the key. Let's start milling. Let's take him to Milltown. Take him to Milltown. I wonder if all these cards are strokeable. Go ahead. Go ahead. Okay. Meat Hook Massacre. Let the win conning commence. Skeletal swarming. I can't purge, guys. I can't purge now. I affect my own 2-mana artifacts. Well, if I can't purge, let's just pitch the purge and get something broken instead. Crozing Grip. Electrolyze Regrowth. 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 Let's take the grip. I have heard that the hook brings you back, and we can't have it. So, I could go for Teferi here. I would still leave mana up for the Millstone, and I could untap this. I guess that's fine. What are they going to kill Teferi with? So far, it's just been creatures attacking.
This is a serious situation. We can still have a little fun.
It's a little risky. There's a lot of random cards they could have that would make that series bad. Like if they could kill the key in response, then untap and I can't counter anything. But stream, like risky plays are made for streaming. These Gandalf decks you play are the worst. Like, I really, really hate them. You know, a lot of people tell me that. A lot of people tell me that. And you know what? That's okay. You'll learn. Because what everybody who's been here for a while has to, like, they eventually realize these decks are way more fun. Oh, baby. We're doing it, too. I should be untapping Key, but we're untapping Millstone instead.
And some think time only flows in one direction.
Insert pithy remark from our master Teferi. Oh no, we're copy the pasta is real. That's a good pasta. Scuffed Haven. Who do you want to attack there? Face, ignoring Teferi. Interesting. I wonder if that means they have a Teferi solution. take out the Haven, take out the Hook, in that order so we don't lose an extra life. Opponent's going to draw now. Let's just... I don't think they're going to play anything else meaningful this turn, so let's use the Amulet to kill the Shambling Ghast right now. Dude, how do I get Millstone? How do I get Millstone into my deck all the time? This is the win con I've always wanted. Yes. You better not, the opponent better not leave. They did this themselves.
I've got some time.
They better not leave. I think that's what that raccoon is made for. Moments like that. It probably means, since they know about the stroke, it probably means they have a whole bunch of strokeable cards, let's say, in their hand.
Only time, not carrying around.
Only time will tell. Little poison throwback there. 25 cards. 4 a turn. What does that get back? A Lulth? Let's not. I'll also say, if you hate these decks, if you're one of the ones who just, they can't take it, they can't enjoy control, you still need to learn how to beat it. The dojo is full of students who love learning how to torture you, and they're not going away. You better learn how to beat it. And plus, you can vicariously, like, you can also just, if you want to, go ahead and get off on watching me when I get totally hosed and lose games to decks like Reanimator. There's plenty to still watch for. You know what's weird? All the streamers I watch, all the other streamers that I watch in my off time, they hate control. They don't play control. They're not control players. The streamers you can usually find me lurking are all like people who like generally dislike control. It's kind of funny. Those look fun. Mistman is an exception. Yeah, Mistman is a pure exception to the rule. Getting max value out of Teferi Ultimate here. Purging our own millstone. No! No, I had at least 3 more turns of enjoyment with Millstone, and you took them from me. Opponent is weak. Weak. Oh no. Oh no. I wish you'd never said that. Are we keeping this? Is this the greatest hand of Magic cards you've ever seen? All right, content. Content. Clearly a mulligan that we are keeping. If I give you a Prime sub, how much do you really get? About $2.50. But nobody else gets anything. It's just a benefit. Like, either you use it or you don't. If you don't use it, it just disappears into the aether. But, so, better, it's basically like, hey, I could give you $2.50 or I could give nobody anything. I could just burn $2.50 in a trash fire and tell you about it. So, might as well hook me up. Is what I'm trying to say. Wish I'd known that was coming. you give Amazon $250. That's not true. If you sub, you give Amazon $250. If you Prime sub, the $250 comes out of Amazon's pocket. It's Bezos bucks. Don't you want Bezos bucks? I want Bezos bucks. Everybody likes Bezos bucks. Aw, it's so good at Magic.
For a complex plan. Let's improvise. Don't worry. It's only a little mischief.
You made burning $250 in a trash can sound pretty fun? Yeah. That's like burning 10 Fervent Champions. It actually is really fun. Jackie Reaver, thank you for the Prime. Our opponent found their combo. A little Deadly Dispute. Eye twitch action. What are we gonna do? Are we gonna press for the ultimate, or are we gonna get some card advantage out of this Teferi? You still have to pay for Prime. Here's the thing. Were you gonna pay for Prime anyway? I don't know anybody who got Amazon Prime saying, I get Twitch Prime now. I get a free Twitch Prime for $100 and whatever it is, $30 a year. I don't know. I don't know the cost of Amazon Prime anymore. I'm out of the loop. I'm sure Amazon makes money from Twitch in some roundabout way. I promise you I know a good amount about this. I've made money with Amazon, both from Twitch and selling on Amazon. I promise you. I'm not off base with what I'm saying. I've basically found ways to siphon off a little bit of the absolute river of money flowing to Amazon and siphon just a little bit off for myself, and I have done that for God knows like 12 years. No, 14 years now, something like that. That is basically what my life's work has amounted to, just getting a little of that Amazon money. Although YouTube, I guess now it's that Google money. Let's go try to find a counter spell.
I got some time tinkering to do.
Didn't the web interface for merchants drive you crazy? No, I was too busy making money to be driven crazy by the web interface. I'll use any web interface as long as I'm making money doing it. I do not care how bad it is. Have you tried Hearthstone before? I played just enough Hearthstone to learn some terminology so I could talk to Hearthstone players that were interested in learning Magic. Opponent is into the value. Seems good. So, what's our win con in this game? It's got to be approach, right? We have to try to hit approach, which means we have one more divide by zero and one leer, and we have to really try to play keys, multiple keys. That card's pretty good against us. I guess we can verse it, though. It's not until end step, right? Would you stop? They're probably going to take this because we can play it here, so I may as well go get some toys. They're going to definitely take the leer, right? Even though it's scuffed now. So we'll let them do that. Anybody in the chat ever played Hearthstone? Does anybody in the chat still play Hearthstone? Does anybody in the chat have feelings about Hearthstone that in any kind of way? Do we just purge that? They'll just play it again. But if they play it again, they just hit another thing. I think better to just go get a removal spell. Okay. We got a warp, a despark, and a spiral. I guess I take the warp. What do we discard? We're gonna untap, so we'll have divide by 0 and stroke available. We could just drop it to fairy since we have enough of them. The meta from the last 3 months in Hearthstone has sucked. Sounds familiar. It's almost like that's a thing that just happens to card games. You know what? It's amazing. I always try to like watch the big Hearthstone events, and I still barely follow what's going on. And I play a ton of Magic, and I can't, from sitting down and watching like a competitive event of another card game, I can't sit down and figure out what the heck is going on. It's like impossible. It's just too hard. I just can't do it. I was prepared for this opponent. Start from scratch can just kill this obnoxious little spellbinder. We have to have red, but Key will provide that if we eventually get to use it. They got Mascot Exhibition, huh? And they have Legion Angel, which they played around the stroke. Smooth. I guess this is an easy solution. Very cheap. Still no Approach of the Second Sun, though. I'm not sure what the discard is here. I am a little stumped, guys. A little stumped. I don't want to lose another key because we need to hit Approach, because that's probably how we have to win this game. I'm just going to drop the worst card. Worst card in a vacuum, that's the plan. Warp's only useless if our Teferi doesn't survive the turn. If Teferi does survive the turn, Warp becomes busted.
Who's counting?
Unfortunately, Stroke Lightning Bolt, not really doable with the way things are set up unless our opponent messes up and puts something on the stack that they shouldn't. Now, our opponents don't do that. Enough! How do my opponents always have like 3 or 4 Deadly Disputes? It's like the best card they have against us. This keeps those cards flowing, baby.
I'm familiar with bullies like you.
Yep, you can Exhibition or Angel. I think they should have Exhibitioned, to be honest, but maybe they have something to do with 2 mana. I'm not impressed. I'm not impressed with that turn from them. Because now we kind of go crazy, right?
Give me a moment.
Seems good. When you invite me in on emotes, you're playing a dangerous game.
Counting.
Why did it make a blue? It's supposed to make 2 red there. Gamers. The heck? Still looking for approach. How long do you think they can handle this? 2 different colors, is it? 2 mana in any combination. Fake news in the chat, as usual. Tutor. Key? Who knows? A lot of optimal stuff I could do that doesn't really matter here. What? How dare they give me such crummy cards? One damage. Are you guys enjoying the show? Is this the fun and interactive magic you were looking for? Oh no. All right, guys, can we close it out with... We need another time warp here to really close it out. Nope. Hard way. We gotta do it the hard way. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. I guess it doesn't matter too much. We want to get as much as we can from the Leer because we actually do have to pass the turn back to the opponent. And that's kind of sad. I guess we can go for... Oh, wait. Maybe it's not over. Guys, maybe it's not over. Don't let it end. Divide by 0. Zippity zap. I am the greatest drafter the world has ever known. We are now a drafting stream. How many turns was that? Guys, how many turns was that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, I think. Yeah, claps for the opponent. They stuck it out. They stuck it out to see the stupidity we're capable of. Give it up for the opponent. I mean, this hand is slow. Is it a slow meta? We haven't played against stuff like werewolves in a long time. This person has a book and a Tezzeret avatar, and I would say they're a control mage, and then I look at their sleeve and it looks like frickin' Gaia's Cradle. And now I'm like, they're werewolves. They're giving me the weirdest signals. I mean, we could draw Purge. If we draw Purge, it doesn't matter and we're good. Matchmaker, what have you done? Blue. Perfect. Perfect. Easy. Wash away. Should be a Kelly Clarkson song. Just wash away. Revitey. Oh no. Am I playing against my deck? That was a standard deck. This is Alchemy. Looks like blue-white control. We won all of our mirrors yesterday. I have no idea how. I don't feel like I'm specifically built for that kind of thing. We'll see if they stream sniped me with 4 tests of talents in their deck. It's been known to happen. Let's test them. They haven't played a Jouari yet, so they could have had one. Speaking of. What do we discard? I guess Verse, because Absence... Verse hits Horror and Leer, and Absence hits Teferi. Divide interacts on the stack. We don't want to get rid of it. No, we don't want to get rid of that. Gotta go for these when we can. Yep. Nose in my graveyard. You just fidgeting over there? They play Hall, they say go. Discover the formula. Why wash away compared to other counters? Wanted to try it out. I wasn't sure how often you would use the ability. Oh, you play Imrith, huh? You play Imrith. Horde 4. We've got pretty good walls against it. We could just let it be. It seems like a good divide opportunity, but I think there will be others. Opponent is also on that Imrith plan, huh? I mean, it does ensure that there's a war on their turn, because when they turn it sideways, we're going to try to kill it, but we'll see. It's the only... There is another black card in my hand. This for sure. Do they try to fight over this? Mandan? Faithful Mandan. Pretty happy to see that in response. Pretty happy to see all kinds of card draw in response. Just as long as it doesn't protect their dragon. They might Fading Hope it, if they're still on that game plan. I'm way off the Fading Hope train. Without Leer, you know, ain't the same. All right. Imrith exiled to Furry.
Slowing things down is just as delightful as speeding things up.
Before they get their card, let's kill the Teferi.
You just let me know if you're up for round 2.
Could have also fractured it. Maybe that's the right play. Because Absence can also hit the Hall, right? So maybe that's an oops. Okay. What am I discarding here? Fracture? I guess. Resolves. Give me something good. Demonic Tutor, Day of Judgment, Growth Spiral. Easy tutor. Yeah, I wish I'd fractured it. Wish I'd fractured Teferi. I'm not gonna lie, I blanked on the Planeswalker text, but that's a big reason why it's in the deck. Why you play no Crossroads? I like my mana the way it is. You don't want to name black on a Crossroads and have that be the only thing it can do. Black is just for like 5 cards anyway. Huh. Opponent says go. Do we try to do this again? Do we try to go get a key? Play a key? Maybe we just go get a stroke and chill. We don't want to skip another land drop. Okay. They have 2 Hall of the Storm Giants though, and those could kill us. It's not like we have an easy answer to those right now. Maybe I just take the answer. Like, if they only had 1, I could pretend I'm going to draw an answer and everything will be fine. But with 2, if they decide to just start turning them sideways, we could be in trouble. Game is interesting, huh? I mean, is them's fighting words? I feel like if we win the key battle, we can win the game. Do you guys agree? It's risky. I think that there's a chance they divide their own key here. Okay. What else you got? Nothing? I think that went well for us. We can try to resolve this. If they do something in response, it's going to be depressing. But I don't know what that would be. What's the win con here? Patience. Of course, that's just a joke coming from you. Quasar77. You new around here or something? How's it going, boys? I'm telling you, the CGB stream has been a celebrity must chill for the last 24 hours. Nice to see you, dude. I enjoyed some of your videos while I was gone. Helped me get my MTG Arena YouTube fix. Every now and then he plays those no win con control decks and I'm like, maybe we have something in common. Maybe we have something in common. Maybe we could be friends.
This is a serious situation. We can still have fun.
Let's chill. Nice and chill. I don't want them to pick another Teferi with their Teferi, so we'll let them think this Teferi might live, and then we fight it. They play a tapped Joire. Kill it. Make it die.
Really should have seen that coming.
Are we going to look at new cards? Absolutely. I will not end the stream without looking at new cards. I'm going to take this, leave the divide in the deck. I guess there is a deluge there I'd love to divide, but I don't know if or when the opponent's going to have the mana to do that, because they're currently trying to keep up with us. Wait, is that MTG original decks? I don't know. I can't confirm or deny these things. Not for me to say. I just have strong sneaking suspicions that I know my parasocial relationships well enough to identify. All right, that's fine. My purge has a use now. Two mana open. Is that worth fighting over? I don't think so. It's not a win con. Plenty of ways to get cards, only a few ways to win the game. Yeah. Your clue! You forgot about your clue! F's in the chat for the clue. Fight your win con. Hopefully that divide by 0 was their only stack interaction. Okay. Oh my gosh. You YouTube, he YouTubes. You stream, he streams. Fight each other. Why does it always have to go straight to fighting each other, guys? Why can't we just hang out and be friends? Why does everybody need to see content people fight each other? What kind of sick and twisted stuff are you? I do have another divide in the deck. I'm trying to remember. Like down here somewhere. So I don't think I'll hit the other divide. Don't think I will. Again, only so many win cons. Gotta fight over the win cons. If we're gonna fight, it has to be the win cons. Interactions? I feel like I fought the right fights, but you can still win if their RNG is better than ours. We resolved a key, and what did we get? Demonic Tutor. What did we do with the tutor? Fetched a removal spell for the halls, but our opponent refuses to activate the halls. They seem to have a lot of information. So we'll see what they got with their key. We also haven't drawn any other keys. Oh, we did draw one. It's gone. There we go. There we go. Test of Talents is too narrow for people to just run, to be honest. That's why I'm not, like, afraid of it. Okay, they got a counter spell. Do we push for ultimate or do we dig? We have to untap the key. It's not really a question. We have to untap the key because of the halls. Why did the Kazuma hype die down? Embarrassing to say, but it's because it wasn't very good.
This is hardly my worst defeat.
Weird how that happens. Weird how that happens. Me mention Hall, opponent use Hall. Interesting. But hey, at least fetching the verse might pay off. Go. They could have teachings, and they didn't. I play Teferi. Teferi Resolve.
Someone call for a hero?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So here we can minus if we want to, which I think is a good idea. Are you excited for Neon Dynasty? I live for Neon Dynasty. Opponent's afraid of decking. We are currently winning the decking war 23-24.
Only time will tell.
Only time will tell. Maybe that's why they didn't crack the clue, guys. Maybe they were playing the long anti-decking game. Here we go again. Two halls down. Nobody plays 3 halls, right? It's unheard of. They're still not playing it. Okay. If that's how we're gonna do things.
Innistrad has been through enough. It needs our help.
Cool.
This is hardly my worst.
What are we down to? One of those? Yep. One of them. Resolves. No maximum hand size. How will we win? How will we win? They turned on my memory deluge. All right, opponent is trying to win with the card advantage war, guys. They think they can win the card advantage war. I don't know, man. I don't know if they know how to win this fight against me. I know all the tricks. Dizzo, thank you for the prime. Appreciate that.
I know. I'm right on.
If they're gonna get a counter spell there, I want them to counter Fateful Absence. So, chat, have you all fallen asleep yet? Anybody still awake down there?
We'll meet again.
Sound off. Dojo sound off if you're still engaged with this riveting content. $18-15. Emmy. Maybe they'll counter Emmy. If I play Lear, it can't be countered, right? I guess I could respond to it. What would I cast? I guess I should wait for something to be on the board that I need to interact with. I don't know if that's even going to happen in this game again. I'm taking notes from my control deck while falling asleep. How do you not find it riveting? You gotta dive in. Heart and soul into the game. Very important, guys. Regrowth. Okay. I don't know what Purge is good for, but killing a mascot exhibition might matter. We have seen one divide from them. Regrowth. It's got to be a stroke or a wash away, right? A stroke away? See if that resolves. Wasn't divide banned in standard. Standard is not the format we are currently playing. It is kind of crazy that you can play Divide, Haven, Epiphany, kinda in Alchemy if you miss them. It's kind of cool, actually. We're used to just having a card get banned and it's gone, but then you tune in to a YouTube, and if it's an Alchemy stream, like, you just see the card again. No big deal. Pious Heathen, thank you very much for 20 Tier 1 months in a row. It was a great vacation. What do I think of the divide balance? I don't think it's a meaningful rebalance. Immy versus Immy. Second Imrith. Well, that is something Lear can really mess with. $13 cards to 16. We've got to be careful. We need to stay ahead in that particular race. Okay. All right, gamers. The return of the Mac. There it is. You lied to me when you said you'd never turn on me. You lied to me, but you did, but you did. This should be fun. Behold, I can remove your Imrith and not pay for it. I'm a bad, bad man. I can do all this during my turn, so the opponent doesn't want to over-interact here. They're at 30 life. Can I actually beat them down this way? Is it going to work? Or am I just going to end up losing the card draw battle? I don't know. But we're going to try, guys. We're going to try. Lovely. I cast Regrowth on Key to the Archive. It works. I cast Fracture on your Key to the Archive. Opponent activates Field of Ruin. We'll go ahead and add a white. It's a Stone Rain here. We don't have another land to get, but that might be for the best because it might keep us ahead in the card draw thing. Yep, they pull the land. Interesting. This is uncounterable right now, so let's do it. Come on, guys. Cannot hit WinCon through key. I want to return this. I want to return this game as defective. Now, they might use our own Leer against us and resolve a key. They're going to resolve a Deluge. You lied to me. We will not stop the Return of the Mac references until I am DMCA'd. Nine to 14. We are in the full driver's seat now on the library. I'm just gonna let that chill. We got all their fateful absences. Purgerson. Okay. 12 cards. No knowledge. 8 cards for opponent. What are they? 1 key, 2 key, 3 key, 4. All keys destroyed, guys. There might be Discover the Formula. That doesn't matter. There might be Revitalize. That doesn't matter. I'm telling you. Nobody's prepared to deal with me in under these circumstances. Nobody wants to go nobody's gonna take it to the late game like me. Yeah, you can do that. At this point, that is just fine. Curious what they could get. They don't have Absence anymore. Absence is done.
Situation, we can still have a little fun. And some think
what'll it be, guys? Mill or damage? Mill or damage or scoop? Nobody should be allowed to bet on scoop, but it's definitely a potential outcome. We'll just keep that clue chilling. We don't need to be doing that right now. 5 to 9. So we can get enough attacks in for lethal here without overdrawing them. Divide by 0. Okay. You don't get to learn because it's a 5-mana card. Ha 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 ha. That they were trying to get a win con. They were like, this is our last shot at a win con. Wow, nobody believed in damage. Nobody thought I was going to attack them to death. Crazy. You guys know me too well.
Don't worry.
Yep. Dig, baby, dig. Verlingoff, thank you very much for gifting 5 subs and supporting the stream. If you guys enjoy me streaming a little more, putting in some hours here. It used to be 3-hour stream from me was like unheard of. Then consider subbing to the channel, and I'll consider streaming more. Their deck is empty. Their time has come. That's the game. And we are back for the post-game wrap, and let's check out the stats powered by untapped.gg. It was hard for me not to spoil this in the intro, but some people don't like the spoilers in the intro, and I'm still not sure exactly what the perfect mix is, so I'm going to play with it and figure it out. So, voila, 15-1. 15-1 over 3 hours and 15 minutes, almost 16 minutes. 94% win rate. Is that good? We're on our way. We are cruising to Mythic. It's going to be exciting. But yeah, I don't think that the nerfs to Esper were nearly good enough. They just kind of made the games take longer, and the end games are less predictable, and we're still figuring out what the best ones are. I would prefer it always to be Millstone, but I don't think I'm quite lucky enough to be able to totally bank on that. But the Millstone game is something I'm probably not going to forget anytime soon and continue chasing for the rest of my existence in Magic. So yeah, we're going to keep trying to break our own expectations for a while. But this deck is definitely like A-tier alchemy, and it's not going anywhere just because they kind of took a nerf out of Hullbreaker Horror. In fact, I honestly think they made the deck a little better because the great predator of the deck and the thing that ensured games actually end was Hullbreaker Horror, and now that just gets disdainful stroked and it's gone. Lear also, just doesn't really pack the same punch. It's one turn of amazingness instead of like turn after turn of torture. So we just have to do turn after turn of torture by plussing to Fairy and spinning Key until we hit some kind of a win con. So be it. I'm down for that. Control mages are down for that. Some of you are mad about that. Get good. Thank you for watching this video. As always, I will see you in the next video. You're cool.